Hey, you don't mind if I rile up the lowest common denominator, do you? The guy that made PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds said it was going to be at 60 frames per second on the Xbox One X. Now it's capped across the board at 30 frames per fucking second. Are we pissed off yet, people? Are we? God damn it, Brendan, you said 60 frames per fucking second. Why? Why? Are we pissed off yet, people? Because this isn't going to work unless we all get pissed off. Now it's going to be 30 frames per second. Can you believe that? A game that has a rank of 6 on Steam that most of us didn't fucking play in the first place, okay? But you know what? I need something for a fucking video, okay? And Brendan said it was gonna be at 60 frames per second on the Xbox One X, and now it's capped at fucking 30. Let's all freak the fuck out about it! Seriously, we need to make this into a big fucking deal. PUBG is now capped at 30 frames per second. Did I just say PUBG? Who in the fuck says PUBG? It's like PlayerUnknown's Battleground or some shit like that. What's this PUBG shit? But apparently I should cry about the frame rates, like every other goddamn regurgitating YouTuber that seems to think he's a CPU programmer. The CPU's probably too weak anyway, and Battlegrounds is terribly unoptimized, let's be honest. Are we upset yet? Are we upset yet? Because if not, I can rinse and repeat this shit. It was supposed to be at 60 frames per second on the Xbox One X, and God knows we all rushed out and paid $550 to play fucking PUBG. Clearly this is the end of the goddamn video game world as we know it, people. Seriously, let's blow this shit out of proportion. You don't mind if I overreact, do you? It was supposed to be fucking 60 frames per second. Now it's only 30. It's capped at 30. You don't mind if I make this way too serious, do you? Can I be overly concerned about this? You don't mind if I add a little negativity, do you? And well, I've gotta over-exaggerate. But seriously, we really need to make this into a bigger fucking deal than it really needs to be. Stupidity is a powerful force, never to be underestimated. So, let's all get pissed off about this. I'm rereading an article and a tweet. Do you realize how fucking hard this is, people? First they said 60, now they say 30. What in the hell is going on? You don't mind if I add a bit of dramatic language, do you? I mean, seriously, I need to get the bottom feeders of the video game community upset. How else am I supposed to gain subscribers on my channel? No less make revenue. Seriously, this needs to be blown out of proportion, people. I mean, I know the Xbox One X just came out and this is only one game and it's not even a AAA game, but we need to be outraged about this. Someone said they were aiming for 60 frames per second and now it's 30 frames per second across the fucking board. Clearly, you did not buy the Xbox One X for $550 so that you could play a game at 30 frames per second. PUBG is now only 30 frames per second. Make sure you tweet and cry like a bitch to Microsoft so that we can get this fixed. Make sure you tweet to Bluehole because you're nothing more than an asshole. And make sure you preach out in the... Wait, did I say preach out? Make sure that you bitch out in my comment section. Because God knows that'll do everybody some fucking good. And because God knows I want people bitching like schoolgirls over frame rates in my fucking comment section. PUBG was supposed to be 60 frames per second on the Xbox One X. And it isn't. It's now capped at 30 frames per second. PUBG sounds like a generic fucking rapper, let's be honest. And why can't I say the full name of the goddamn game? Who says PUBG? By the way, some people copy and make things better, but not some YouTubers that regurgitate. Just keep that in mind. But then again, if you'll regurgitate a video game article and regurgitate a tweet, why wouldn't you regurgitate somebody else's talking points? Monkey see, monkey do. Have to ensure the survival amongst the regurgitating video game YouTubers. Must get the primates together. Let's bang on the cage and make them angry. It was supposed to be 60 frames per second, people. That's what he said on a tweet. 60, now 30, people. Oh, you gotta love the lowest common denominator. It's the same people that buy into titles like Halo 3 saved my life. A video game saved your life. Seriously? It's a good thing there's plenty of people there to always ensure fake outrage over a subject matter in regards to regurgitating video game news. And this video's already taken me way too damn long. But I just wanted to play a couple of fun audio clips for you.
The latest scandal in the video game community is the parody with Bluehole's PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds.
The latest scandal? Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ, the video game community! And the regurgitated video game fucking nonsense. Now, here's a guy that regurgitated something before the tweet came out. And I just want you to hear a little bit of the audio.
Some people are playing with Elite controllers with all sorts of features. I'm not talking about just the Microsoft Elite controller. You have other producers out there that do all sorts of funky things with the controllers. People have better surround sound so they can hear people better. Playing on TVs or monitors that have less latency than maybe you do. Playing with mouse and keyboards. Playing on 4K whenever somebody else is probably playing, you know, at 1080p or even 720p. So people are going to be able to see or distinguish things in the game that other people aren't. So nobody
Now, me personally, I don't want the kind of people in my comment section that can't read an article for themselves. And there was nothing wrong with his bullet points there in regards to him needing to turn that article into regurgitated drama. But let's listen to this. Now, this is over the same PUBG nonsense, but this guy at least got the tweet before he made his video. But I want you to hear this.
Let's take a look at all of the ways that a gamer can have an advantage over others in competitive multiplayer. First of all of these advantages have one thing in common. They cost more money. Let's start with the first. Internet. Online latency can destroy even the most skilled player. So serious gamers make sure they are paying $50 or more for fast cable internet at the very least. Some gamers even factor in a solid router and make sure they have a very fast ping. Here's another one, controllers. Most gamers are using a standard Xbox One controller, which is great all on its own, but some gamers have added better thumbsticks or trigger stops. Some gamers even went to the extent of buying an Xbox Elite controller, double the cost of the standard controller. This can give any gamer a bit of an edge. Another one, TV. A gamer with too small of a TV or even too large of a TV can be at a disadvantage over a gamer with a great, responsive, low latency TV.
Didn't I just hear
We're
that?
talking milliseconds. And the difference between 30 FPS and 60 FPS is also measured in milliseconds. A responsive TV, even with a better, sharper picture, can make a difference in gamers getting a target on an enemy 100 yards away. Surround sound, or an excellent surround headset. This is one of the biggest advantages of a spendy gamer over one that uses standard equipment. The ability to hear in a 3D audio environment, where and when your enemy is close enough.
I'm having to listen to this shit for you people.
Sound setup, a massive advancement for those that spent the extra money. There has never truly been parity amongst console gamers. There are always too many variables, but the ultra-competitive gamer is going to exploit...
Make it stop! Now, before you say, oh, that's just a coincidence, well, it just so happens that the first audio I played, that guy tweeted the developer, and then the other guy, to the second audio I played, tweeted that guy, so you know that guy had to watch his video and magically had the same regurgitated talking points. Isn't it great? So let's play the first guy's audio again and see how similar it was to the second guy's audio.
People are playing with Elite controllers with all sorts of features. I'm not talking about just the Microsoft Elite controller. You have other producers out there that do all sorts of funky things with the controllers. People have better surround sound so they can hear people better. Playing on TVs or monitors that have less latency than maybe you do. Playing with mouse and keyboards. Playing on 4K whenever somebody else is probably playing, you know, at 1080p or even 720p. So people are going to be able to see or distinguish things in the game that other people aren't. So
it's sad enough to me when all these guys regurgitate the same goddamn video game article, but when you start regurgitating each other's fucking bullet points, okay? Not saying that this guy did it, the other guy clearly fucking did it. I mean, you take the time to regurgitate a news article, and then you take the time to regurgitate a tweet, and you put together an 11-minute video, and yet you still regurgitate someone else's talking points in the YouTube video game community. Now, why did I make this video? Because I find it fucking amusing. Like the other day, somebody said Halo 3 saved their life, which was a fucking preposterous fucking title. And then come to find out, other people made Halo 3 videos just months before. So even the person that told you Halo 3 saved their life still couldn't come up with that idea on his own without watching other people make Halo 3 videos. And once again, isn't it great that we have people in the gaming community that have no issue with riling you up over just fucking nonsense? Just nonsense. So the guy thought the game was going to be at 60. It's a fucking console game. And now it's going to be at 30. Oh, let's fucking cry about it and get fucking outraged. And do you think he really gives a shit about you posting bullshit in his fucking comment section? And how far is that going to fucking get you?